Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mentorship Monday with Michelle and Maren. And today we are going to do something really fun. Hi, Maren. How are you?
I'm good, Michelle. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. I have my glasses on. I'm going to take them off for a second because they're just reading glasses and they have a terrible reflection on them when I wear them with
Okay,
the
but
light.
they're very cute. I
They
like them a
are,
lot.
why, thank you. They are my favorite ones. I love the hot pink. So we are going to do something fun today. And we're going to play around a little bit with dowsing, a little bit of dowsing,
Yes.
and what is it and what can we do with it? So you have got some materials there, and we're going to make our own dowsing rods because you
Yes.
don't have to go out and get anything fancy when it comes to dowsing. You are the tool here.
Yes.
This whole system here is the real tool.
Yes.
So what we do, whether you have, now we're going to do dowsing rods, but of course we can also talk about pendulums and that stuff too. But let's play with the rods today. So what do
Okay.
you have before us?
Okay. I have two hangers from the dry cleaner and wire cutter pliers.
Right. So if
So that's
anybody
all I'm going
wants
to
to
need.
pause this, if anybody wants to pause the video and go grab themselves a couple hangers and a pair of
Yeah.
pliers or snippers or anything, do that
Yes.
now so you can follow along with us
Yes.
and play with these.
Yes. I'm excited. I have to tell you, Michelle, I've never really thought of, I've always heard about this. The first time I ever heard about dowsing rods was I watched the movie. Oh my gosh, what was it? It was so good. Where it was kind of a very dark movie, but it was about uh, like a family that mines for oil or digs for oil,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you
Mm-hmm.
call that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say No Country for Old Men, but that's not it. But it came out at the like exact same time with a very famous actor that I can see his face and I can't think of his name. Um, oh, it was so good. There Will Be Blood. I think that's what it's called. Let me
Mm,
Google that and
mm,
make sure.
mm-hmm,
But they were doing the dowsing rods to look
mm-hmm,
for oil.
mm, mm-hmm.
And I was like, what are they doing? Yes, There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
Um, who is the cast? Daniel Day-Lewis is
Okay.
the famous actor.
Okay.
Um, anyways, very dark, but it was really good. Um, and so that was my first introduction to dowsing rods, and I I didn't know that you could do that. That they're used for finding oil and water,
Water. Yeah.
and
My grandmother, so on my mom's side, and that was really the only grandmother I was raised with. She used to be known as the water dowser in her community. Yes. So different farmers, she had a farm community in a little town outside of the one I'm in now. And she was the water dowser. And what she had was she had a little stick, a fork stick. So the stick had like three prongs like this, just a little stick. And she would walk on somebody's property and she would hold the stick in front of her. And when she would get to water, it would bounce and they would dig and there would be water. So she'd get called upon from different people to do this.
that is crazy. That
Mm-hmm.
is so cool.
So, and I did a little bit of research too, and like I didn't realize there was a whole community of dowsers, and there are water dowsers all over the place. It's just not where my mind ever really went. But um, it dates back to 400 BC, and it actually comes from Greece, is what I found. And water dowsing is something that has been done for a long, long time. But of course, energy, spirits, we can do all kinds of things with these tools. And this is a really interesting way to communicate. And I'll preface too, because remember the intention when you use anything, when you use any tool, any connection. when you're connecting with spirit, because I know some people have some fear and they're worried, well, if I use something like this, am I going to invite somebody in? If I use a Ouija board, if I use and if you have a belief or you feel uncomfortable using anything, then don't use it. Work through that and don't use that, only because if your belief system is in a place where you've got a lot of fear, that can invite an experience that you don't want. However, there's also things that you can do. And number one is you've got prayers of protection, and it's your intention. I intend on connecting with the angels. I intend on connecting with the highest vibration, only this person or this spirit. So
Let's
just
connect
remember
with
that.
the angels today. Or
Okay,
I guess
let's do
Eric,
that.
but let's connect with the angels. Like that would really, oh, which, there you go.
He
That's
is,
Eric,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Eric is an
That's
angel, Archangel
how,
Eric.
how funny is that? Um, I was just asking Michelle before we got on about Eric's angel path and can that be? And I had this moment where I was driving, like someone had said, angels, like feathers are a sign from angels. And so I said, okay, angels, like when I see a feather, that is going to mean that you're around. And so I put that intention out there like that morning. And then we were driving home from our trip. And I had that thought like, Eric, are you an angel? And like at that very moment, we passed a billboard and it was for a cleaning company. There was a lady that had a feather duster and she said, let us work our magic on you or something like that. And I was like, that is so like who puts magic,
Mm-hmm.
in a cleaning commercial with a
Yeah,
feather dust? Like, so
yeah.
I was like, that's just too much. Like, that's gotta be him. And then I thought about it sometime and I was like, are you sure, Eric? And the second that I like redoubted, we passed a billboard for a gas station and the price was $4.44 for the gas in like green sparkly letters. And I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? But then within the next second, the numbers changed to like 479. And I said, did I just like hallucinate 444? Like what's going on? And I kind of freaked out for a moment, but then it changed back to 444. So it was like 444 if you pay in cash, 479 if you pay with a card. And I was like, okay, but still the fact that I got 444, like, and I saw at that exact moment. So yeah, so Eric, if you want to be our angel today, that's fine.
Yes.
That works for me. But anyways, yes, and I did some research too, Michelle, and I found out, I think, what happened was the Catholic Church, this has been used since 400 BC.
Yeah.
And then the Catholic Church said that they renounced it at a
Mm-hmm.
certain point. This is via Wikipedia. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to get my Wikipedia back out. And so I think that that's maybe where people get the fear.
Yeah.
But it has gone on, forever. And even the military has used it as late as like the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find it. There was in the First World War, they used it for finding water for the troops. And then in the 60s, in the Vietnam, some Marines used it to locate weapons in tunnels. And
Mm-hmm.
then in 1986, when 31 soldiers were taken by an avalanche, they used it to locate the soldiers in the avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been consistently used as a method for, communication, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm excited. So if you do not have dowsing rods, and hopefully by now you've got your two hangers and your wire cutters. Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't want to make a
Okay.
wrong cut, Michelle. What do you think I
No,
should do?
I don't have my dowsing rods. I actually can't find. I've got a copper pair and I can't find them. But so let's start with of course we've got to clip off the hook.
The
And so
paper,
we
right?
want to have a handle and a 90-degree angle. So a short handle and a 90-degree angle with the actual hanger.
Okay, sorry if this is so loud. I'm ripping off the paper. So now I've seen them where it's the part that you hold is
Mm-hmm.
shorter than the part that you
Mm-hmm.
dowels, right?
Yeah. Yep. So you want to clip it in
Question.
2 spots.
Do you think that this turn is enough? I'm worried I won't be able to get that to a 90-degree angle, or should I just clip the
No,
bottom and then
you'll be able to bend it out. So if you just clip it enough so that you have a handle, and as long as you want your dowsing rods,
okay. I'm gonna go long
yeah.
and then we'll see. Okay.
Woo. Yep.
First flip. Right.
Yep.
I'm gonna flip it right here, and then we can
Yep.
look and see.
Yep.
Okay.
We should call this Maren's Muscles instead of Mentorship Monday.
Oh my gosh, it fell. Hold on, I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay. See, I think this is a little long.
Yeah. Okay. So bend her out and then put your hands on it and see how it feels. We get
That's
it.
a pretty good right
Yeah,
angle,
that's a
though.
pretty good. Yep. So
That was
hold
pretty
on to
easy.
it. See where you're
Oh, I don't
comfortable.
know. I like it because it does
Okay.
sway easily that it's this
You
long.
can always shorten it later. Like you don't
Yeah.
have to, you know what I mean? So I think it's good
Yeah.
it's swinging nicely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
So now just repeat that
Okay.
with the second one. Make it match.
Okay. This was a lot faster than I thought.
Yeah. Arts and Crafts Day with Michelle and Maren. Get your arts and crafts. Yeah.
Um, yeah. It's the perfect day to do
We don't need
craft.
fancy stuff to use our tools. One of the first things I ever made ages ago, this is back in my late teens, early 20s, that I made my own runes, like casting stones. So I
What'd
had
you do?
well, I can't remember, I don't even remember where I got the idea from, but I had a little bag, and it may have been a book I had because my mom used to go to libraries when I was young, and she'd bring me back books about spells and magic and tarot and all kinds of things like that. It may have been from one of those books, but I painted symbols on the rocks and put them in the bag so I would use it to ask questions with the
Yes, you could
rocks.
make your own runes.
You can make
That's
your own
next.
cards. Make
Oh
your own
my
cards.
gosh.
Why couldn't we
Okay,
make
once a month we're doing craft
we are.
day
We
for
are.
sure.
Once a month, yes, once a month we're going to make homemade divination tools.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good.
Because yes, I mean, I guess you could order dowsing rods off the internet,
Sure.
but if you're like unsure whether or not they work, you don't want to make that
Yeah.
investment, and
Well, and the thing is that if we want to look at it energetically, now how interesting, like especially if you're making, and we will do one next time on the casting stones on runes because I think that's a lot of fun. But you can paint the rocks. It's something you could do with your kids too. Make your own symbols. Like it doesn't have to be like you don't have to research it and have it the exact way it's been done. Do it your own
yeah.
way.
I
So
think I've told you that it is so fun to do it with kids. Kids just have such a magical belief system. And
yeah.
so doing fun things, like I remember my kids went to this very magical preschool,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a pet elf that would come to their preschool, and they made a whole house for them, and they made it a whole educate. They had an architect come in
Mm-hmm.
and talk about like how the design of the house should be and what stable means and what earthquakes would do to the house. And then
Oh
they
wow.
all took charge of like what part of the house they would build for the elf. And it was really cool. And this elf was very real in their minds. And
That's
maybe he was real.
awesome.
Maybe there was
Yeah.
an elf that came to
Yeah.
visit after all the intention that they put into that house. Um, but anyways, it is so much fun to do projects with your kids. And when I got my pendulum right here, my kids
Yep.
named it's pink, it's rose quartz.
Yep.
I can't tell that it's showing
Mm-hmm.
one on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So my kids named her Rosie, and they drew
Mm-hmm.
her because you're supposed to keep it separate from all your other stones. So they drew her like a little, that's
Aw.
a self portrait right there. That's a,
So
um,
cute.
she
That's
never noticed.
awesome. I love
Yeah, and
that.
they drew her like a little box, and they
Yeah,
definitely, take ownership of it. It's really cute.
that
So,
is so sweet. That is so
yeah.
sweet.
So
Hmm.
doing the craft project with the stones, I could totally see, or
Hmm.
even the dowsing rods. Oh my gosh, my
Yeah.
son would be all over this if he knew I was doing this right
Well,
now.
and let's just before we play with them a little bit, let's talk about what they do. What can we use them for? So yes, we can look for water. We can look for anything below the ground. We can also look for objects. The first time I ever used dowsing rods was when I took a trip to Texas the first time, and I went there for actually stayed with Denise from Channeling Eric, who I absolutely love, and we went to an event that was being put on, and one of the practices was using dowsing rods. And I'd never used them before. And what we did, we were taught how to um, see how big our auric field was. We were taught to put our intention into expanding our auric field, and the dowsing rods would start to move to show how big it was getting. We also used them to identify where Eric was, so it would point to where his energy is. And I know Elisa is amazing with dowsing rods, and I know she uses them in her scalar field and all that stuff too. But it was really, really interesting because we also were able to locate objects. We were able to locate where are our spirit guides, where does their energy sit with us. So if you're working through understanding, spatial, like what's going on, because everything's existing here in this space, even if we can't see it or we're passing through it, right? It's all right here. So you can use it to validate maybe some sensations you're getting in your body. Like if you want to see where Eric is standing with you, which I think we could try. What direction are you in, Eric? Because I know you and I both know which side Eric comes in and stands with us. It'll be interesting to see how the rods follow that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and yeah, I wonder if you could say, like, if you're just trying to figure out which side's your female side or your male side. I know that was one of my questions in the very
Mm-hmm.
beginning because I would get feelings, but I didn't know if it was a female. And now I know, now it's very
Yes.
established.
Yes.
So maybe if you're trying to establish your female male side,
Yes.
that'd
And
be a good
the other
question to
thing,
ask.
Eric taught us to like he would give us a hug. So like for me, the dowsing rods, yes was always open and no would be crossed. So they'll cross over.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
so the lady that I saw on Instagram that did this, it's the opposite. Yes is crossed and no was out.
Right. So
So
and that's
interesting.
just like with your pendulum, with anything else. Like there might be common things, like just like what a lot of people will say to me, well, my male side is my right hand side, my female is my left hand side. But for me, males always come up on my left hand side, females on my
Yeah.
right. Right? So there really is no, it has to be this way or has to be that way. It's your own self discovery.
So you've got to get to know your rods first.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Get to know them. So
Okay. Talk
I'm
to
sure
them.
your kids will find some names for the rods.
Bert and Ernie.
Bert, why is that the best names? Bert and Ernie.
Look, it
Okay,
likes it. Yes. I don't know. Okay. We got to say, all
okay.
right. So first I start straight out, right? Gosh, they are very movie. Okay. There
They
we go. We're
are.
straight
Yeah,
out. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Now I say, hello, Bert and Ernie. Show me a yes. Okay. I only feel, yeah, come on. A little bit more, a little bit more. Do I have them too long? One is really moving,
Is the other
but
one? Whoa,
the
yeah.
other one has not moved at all.
Okay. All right.
This one, it's really funny. It's like creeping. It goes a little bit and then it stops. Okay. Oh, it's starting to get the other one. Oh my gosh. The energy's starting to cross. I did hear the more you work with them, the faster they become.
Yes,
Oh my gosh. And now they're like
that's
bumping on
exactly
each
what
other.
Eric just said. Yeah, yeah,
That is so crazy. The fact that they're bouncing off each
yeah,
other.
yeah. And so, like, what is it doing? Because we're all energy and vibration. So it's actually going through our field, right? So working through our field, which is how energy works. So the more that you work with it, the stronger it's going to become. And some people pick it up and it'll be really easy, and some people maybe not. So you have to practice, practice, practice. But this is why it's important. Like, if you're not feeling well or you feel any pressure or anything else like that, then don't use the rods at that time.
Oh
You know,
my
you want to do
goodness.
it when you're nice and calm. So I would say that, what
Do
did
I
you ask?
say, I said,
Yes?
show me a yes. So I'm a
Okay.
crossed yes.
So you're
So now
across,
do I
yes.
say go back to neutral? Will it go back to neutral, or do I
Try
have
it.
to put it back to neutral? Wait,
Try
they
it.
are bouncing like crazy.
Ask them to go back to neutral.
Okay, go back to neutral. They are. It's like they make a little move and then they stop, and they make a little move and then they stop.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold so still too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps if you tuck your elbows in to keep them.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep
But
them
they're
close
uncrossing.
to
This
your
is
body.
crazy.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. Do I have the ends too long that it's like too hard of? It's like too much material to push, or
I don't
this
think
is
so.
unbelievable. They're almost uncrossed.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh my gosh. You guys are doing good. You guys are, this is amazing for your first try.
Bert and Ernie, you are doing
Bert,
awesome.
you guys are doing amazing. That is incredible, Michelle.
Yeah.
We're
That's
almost
pretty.
to neutral.
Yep. There you go. There you go. That's fun. Okay. So now,
Do I need to
ask,
show, do they need to show me a no?
yes, ask them to show
Okay.
you. Because I've seen people where it turns this way, like all in
Okay,
one
show
direction.
me a no. It's like when I do my pendulum, I try like to hold my breath. I'm trying to do the same. I don't think they were quite to neutral yet, so I think they still have a ways to go. But they're bouncing like crazy.
Yeah, I can see that.
You guys are doing good. Show me a no.
Yep. Look at that.
So the right one, which might be appearing on the left of the screen, is starting to go out,
Mm-hmm. Now
and
I
the
can't see.
left one,
Is it moving?
this is the right one over here. It's
Yeah.
it's beyond parallel now. This guy over here, he's a little bit slower. He's still trying to get to neutral. He's almost there. You're getting there. You're getting there, little guy. You're going to get stronger and stronger with each.
You can do it.
You can do it.
You
You're
can do
going.
it.
It's like 2 steps forward, 1 steps back. Poor guy.
Yeah.
It's like it goes and then it swings and then it goes and then it swings back a little.
He's like, give
All
me a
right.
break. I've been hanging in a closet for a while.
I know, right? Like I'm a new little rod. Okay. All right. So they're definitely out. What
Yeah.
now that they're like out? Oh
Yeah.
man, he picked up. He's way out. I'm at like a what's a straight line? 180. So I'm probably like 130. Ooh. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I wish you could see this. I just don't want to move and mess it up. I'm completely 180 on my
Yeah.
right and I'm almost to 180 on my left.
So it's open for no and
Open is
cross for
no.
yes.
Yes.
So you've
Okay.
got that
Wow, guys.
established. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to bring it in just because thank you so much. I'm going to try to bring it in so you guys
Yeah.
can see. Look how wide. Oh, he's coming back in now
That
that I moved.
that's
They
amazing.
both are. I wonder if I need to make them closer, like if that helps, because that just moved the energy so
Yeah.
much faster
And
when
try
I had
that.
them close
Yeah.
together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Perfect.
Crazy. Okay, what do we say now?
Okay. So Think of, okay, so we've got Eric that's helping us. So ask Eric to give you a hug with the rods.
Okay, Eric, what does a hug with rods look like? I don't know.
You're
Is it
bouncing.
bouncing?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of swaying, kind of rocking.
Yeah.
It's like they go left and right. Oh, is that a kiss?
Oh my gosh.
They almost did it. Oh, that is, it's like there was like a magnet there that like pushed them
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
That is so
All right,
cool.
straight to the kisses.
Yep. Yep.
Kiss and a hug. Okay, super cool. Wow. Oh, look at that. I valued it and it unlocked.
Yep.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. I do know you're supposed to say like thank you after. Well, thank
Yeah.
you
So,
just
right.
because of it.
Yeah. So what I always do is I always say thank you. And sometimes when I go to clear it, if I have another question, I can shake. I'll shake the rods. The rods are
Oh,
amazing for finding lost items, for
oh,
pointing you in the right direction.
oh, okay. So
So
directional. Oh, more kisses. Okay, let's do. I think it's unbelievable that they're sticking together like that.
yeah,
Like it literally feels like a magnet just
yeah,
connected.
yeah,
Um, let's ask Eric then where he is. Where are you, Eric? Because that would be directional, right?
yep. Point to the direction.
So this is where I normally feel him over there. So let's see if it it's like a little pointer. I wonder if it did that on purpose to like point. I mean, it said it that way.
Yeah.
Right now, it's actually pointing to you, Michelle, on the screen. Are you, Eric? Are you saying you're with Michelle? Are you over here with me? You just gave me a kiss, so you better be over here with me. I think on my screen it looks further to the right than I feel like in reality it is because it really looks like it's almost like fully over to the
Mm-hmm.
right, but it's
It
not.
does. Yeah.
It's like to the right of my computer screen, so it's
Mm-hmm.
still really. Maybe that's where you are, Eric.
But he keeps
Okay.
moving it. Yeah.
Oh, did you see it just move a little bit more?
Yeah.
Bert and
Yeah.
Ernie, you guys are doing good. That's where he is. A little bit more, or that's where he is. Now, question. Oh, a little bit more. Okay. I mean, but that is the right side. I guess it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be like all the way swinging, right? Like just.
No, it's just pointing to the, yeah, pointing to the right direction. Mm-hmm.
Should I have my hands together like this, or should I pull them a little bit further apart? Like,
You can have them a little further apart like this, but I mean, it's still working for you.
oops, there we go. Okay,
I've always held it like elbows close and
just elbows close. Okay.
a little bit of distance, like not right tight together.
Well,
But
let's ask the dowsing rods. Dowsing rods.
okay,
Do you want my hands together? Do you want my hands together? Two.
yes. So right there is the importance of
Thank
asking
you.
your own questions for yourself,
Yeah.
right?
All right. So keep them together a little bit more.
Okay.
All right. Okay. What should we
What?
ask? They're straight on parallel right now from my
Okay.
view.
So, what should we ask? Okay, so let's ask the dowsing rods. we'll ask, oh boy, how do we say this? So ask the rods, or we'll ask Eric, because Eric is helping us work with the rods. So using the rods, does it run through our own energy, Eric?
The rods run through our own energy. So, ooh, it's so weird because I have like a ooh, there we go. Crossed. Yep.
So Eric, here's another one for everybody watching. So all of us that are in this community, with Maren and I, we all had past lives together, other lifetimes together.
Oh my God, it's like stuck. There we go. Okay. All right. So what are you asking?
Ask if our community here on this channel, have we all interacted in other lifetimes together?
So crazy how I feel the pull.
Mm-hmm. You can almost, so as looking at it, so you can almost see a little field around it too.
There they go.
That answer would be yes.
That's a yes.
Yeah.
Specifically, Ellen, check it out. Thank you so much. Go back to normal. Go back to neutral. Uh, oh my gosh, that was unbelievable how it just
That's
released.
awesome. That's awesome.
Specifically, me and Michelle. Have Michelle and
Yeah.
I had a past life? It's like bouncing. I don't know.
I feel like he's teasing.
I know it's like they go one step forward, two steps back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was weird that it moved so much when I breathe. There it goes. Yes.
Yeah. More than one. So
You
the
think more than one?
angels, more than one lifetime. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
Go back to neutral, please.
let's ask a question about the angels. Let's ask if they can show us how many angels are with us right now.
How do we do that? Because that's not a yes or no.
So let's ask, is
Go back to
there
neutral.
more than 5 angels present right now?
Okay, hold on. I go back to neutral. Oh, he crossed even more.
So he's
Look at that.
answering. He's like, you don't need to go back to neutral.
Yeah, he's like, don't make
Just
me work
answer it.
that.
Let's not waste the time. We can answer
Yeah,
it. Okay, so there's more than 5 angels with us
yeah.
right now. Okay. Um hmm,
Are there more than 10? Yep. It
hmm.
crossed more.
um are all the angels able to tune into us right now?
Just crossed even more. Oh my goodness.
I can feel it. So, it's so crazy because as you're asking the questions, we're asking about angels, the amount of energy that is coming on the top of my head and down my back is crazy right now. Like I got chills. It is so crazy. And those are all the angels. Yeah. Mhm. So if you're practicing with your own dowsing rods right now, play around with it, ask some questions. And if it's not moving for you, if you're having trouble with it and it's not moving, just be patient, just relax, keep working with it. Because sometimes now we've got a really nice vibration going on right now too, so it really helps that motion.
Yeah.
But I can see, Maren, that you and the kids today are going to be going on a hunt with the Dowsing Rods.
I
Playing around
know.
with
I'm
it.
like, gosh, this is where I fail because I just like have no questions in my head. I'm like blank.
Because it's so interesting to see it. It's so interesting to kind of play with it. But it is a great resource. Now, again, if you're not feeling well, if your energy feels really low for some reason, that you're not going to get the same accuracy, right? So you always want to kind of keep in mind, it doesn't matter whether you're using, actually, like even with channeling with yourself, if you're feeling off, and that for me, like if I'm not well or sick, I don't want to channel because it's not as strong. It doesn't feel as good because I know that maybe I need to take care of myself. So if you're really attached to an answer, or you really want an answer to be a certain way, if there's emotional attachment to it, or you're not feeling 100%, wait until you are. Don't do it impulsively.
So I have a weird sensation. My left hand is so hot, it feels like it's burning. Is that the energy of the?
Mhm.
That's
Because
crazy.
it's all running through you, right? Because we're all
Yeah.
energy. Like these are all ways that we're working with energy fields, because we are, like, nothing is disconnected, nothing is separate.
Let's see. I want to ask it a no question, but like,
Mhm.
one that
Like,
like I may not know the answer to. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, ooh, I know. Okay, well, sorry guys. I mean, probably by the outfits you know this, but this is still before the solar eclipse for us. I was going to say, will I see the solar eclipse or will it be cloudy? Will it be cloudy on the solar eclipse day? Oh, it's not. I'm crossing.
Okay,
Do
so
I need? Oh, go
ask if
ahead.
you're going to actually see it though.
Okay, am I going to see the solar eclipse? The actual sun, or will it be behind will I see it means it's not behind a cloud? No, is it's behind the cloud. All right, well, I mean, it's holding strong on a cross, so I think I'm going to see it. Only time will tell on that answer.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be able to update that in our next videos.
Yeah.
Although everybody
Hmm.
watching will, yeah.
I know.
Well, we're
I
all in
see that
different
one's a
areas.
little bit forward. I'm going to uncross because one's a little bit forward. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
There.
Now,
Okay,
these are
thanks.
one of those for everybody listening on the podcast. This is a really good episode to tune in on YouTube so that you can see.
Yes, so
Otherwise,
you
you're going
can
to be hearing
see.
lots of silences,
It's
lots
true.
of breaks
Oh, yeah.
as we're watching. But it is really fascinating, isn't it?
Oh my
Like it's
gosh, it's so fascinating. So,
yeah.
I know. Okay, I'm going to ask because I feel like I should cut these a little bit shorter. So hold on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's ask. Get to neutral. Get to neutral. I feel like I need to be right in front of my camera here so it looks more
Mm-hmm.
neutralish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. Should I trim up about an inch on the end? Should trim an inch off the dowsing rod? Yeah, that's a definite yes.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! They're like, oh, please do it. Please do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
That's good. So that gives a really good example of working with the rods, right? And Maren's very first experience with dowsing rods, and she did it with us. So
That's right. Okay, hold on.
now
I
it's
tried to do both
we're
at
back
once
to the, we're
beyond my
back to the
strength.
Maren's muscle show.
I know. Okay, got one.
You know why that makes you laugh.
Okay, Luke is like, what is going on? There's
Yeah.
like shrapnel flying at me. Okay.
You know, that would be another kind of fun way to talk to Luke too.
Oh my gosh, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's ask Luke some questions. Pop Luke's head up for a minute so everybody can see
Okay.
Luke.
Come here, Luke. Oh, big kid. Okay, this is Luke.
Hi, Luke. Aw, hi, buddy. He's so sweet.
Lukey bear.
We're gonna
He's
ask
just
you some questions with the
okay.
rods. We're gonna get you to
Luke, we're gonna
practice with
ask you
us.
some questions, okay? I know. I'm gonna ask him, am I his favorite? Is it me or daddy? Who do you love more? I feel like his facial expression is already saying he loves dad. Like he's
Mm,
like, do you love me or dad?
he's got such a human face to him. It's so
Okay,
funny.
because you're being
Very expressive.
so. Okay, let's see. Okay, put him on my lap. Okay, Luke. Does Luke love me more than his dad? Guys,
Aw,
it is true. I do cuddle him a lot.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
how about this, just to test it? We'll say, do I take you out more than dad? So let's see. See if they're real. Do I take you out for walks more than dad? They, on the nose, they really vibrate to get that
Yeah,
wide swing.
yeah.
They go really slow wide, don't they?
Yeah. Sometimes they move really fast and sometimes they move slow.
Yeah. It's going wide though. I'll take that as a wide.
It works really well for so if you wanted to check your chakras too, if you wanted to check open close, do I need to work on this chakra? Do I need to so it's another way to help building information for yourself.
Okay, let's see. Let's do that. Let's do oh my throat chakra. This just always gives me trouble. Is my throat chakra open? Is that what I say, or do I have a block? Because it could be open. It's just like a little
Yeah,
cloudy, like a little
yeah.
block.
Ask if there's a blockage in the throat in your throat chakra.
Okay. Is there a blockage in my throat chakra? It's probably what I got rid of on that meditation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is kind of going crossed. It's getting there. So would that be like a little blockage? Yeah,
Yeah.
we're about to touch.
And
It's like
that's
flash
exactly
lightning you're all ready to see. There we go.
what I was getting to was that it's not a huge blockage.
Yeah. Although this is really crossing now. I know. I feel it. Okay. I have had, this is crazy. And I think this is, again, this is before the solar eclipse. I think this is part of the solar eclipse energy. But every afternoon, I've been getting like anxiety where it like,
Mm.
it's all in here.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Mm-hmm.
that's weird to think, but it's like, I feel like I can't get a good breath.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's right here is where the
Yeah.
anxiety is.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask, I think that it's related to the solar eclipse or like spirits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Mm-hmm.
that I like suddenly come on with anxiety at
No,
3 p.m. every day.
no.
Um,
I had it the week before, right in the stomach area, like
so
quite
interesting.
significant. Yeah.
Okay, is my anxiety due to spirits? Yep. Okay, neutral. Is my anxiety due to the solar eclipse? It's funny how you ask it questions that you already know the answer to. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's just confirming the yeses that I already know.
See, what's really
Are,
interesting too is like if it helps build your belief system.
yeah.
So, and use it that way. Like use it take it as a validation. And because you're right, you can feel it, right? When you're asking the questions, you already know what the answer is. So when you start seeing it move, so it's a great way to kind of build communication. And so all these tools, they're such like they're
Yeah.
fun. They give us a different way to experiment with our communication. And I think that you should experiment with all of the different ways. And, there'll be some ways that you enjoy to do a little more than others. But with the rods, like the biggest thing I like them for is finding items. So, like, because if I ask, so sometimes I'll ask Spirit and I'll get a flash. I'll get a yes, you'll find it. I'll get a flash. My mom will call me on almost a weekly basis and say, I can't find whatever, and so if I tune into it, I'll be like, well, it's inside of a plastic box. And I might not know, or I might say it's in this room, but I have no idea where. Well, use your tools to fine tune it, because our intuition works with it. Do we always need to have tools? No. But if we've got them and we can use them to amplify, our intuition, why not? Have fun with
Okay.
it.
That's true. I've got one more. This is a sad story. Not really, but so we were on vacation
Yeah.
and the boys got these color changing shirts. So they turn like color when like the design is black and white. And then when you're in light, when you're out in the sun, it changes color. And they're like so excited about these shirts. And normally,
Yeah.
you buy them clothes and they're like, whatever. And they were
Yeah.
like, Mom, like, please, can we wear these shirts to dinner for like our last night? And I said,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Poor little Quinn, my youngest, like was like a commercial for like a laundry detergent ad. Like it was, we had nachos with chili
Yeah.
all down the front. Like somehow the chili spilled all down the front. Okay. And he
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm like, it's okay. We'll just clean it. And we had hot wings, dropped a hot wing all down the other side. Okay. Like red hot sauce all down the other side. And like at that point, we were just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'll clean it. Then he had a bite of my burger, got mustard all right here. Every
Oh,
single thing he ate
he
ended
had
up on
a map of his meals all over his shirt. Poor guy.
it's never happened before, ever.
Yeah.
Like he's a good eater. He's a clean, like talented eater.
Yeah.
But that meal,
At night. Yeah.
anything that he put in his mouth ended up on his shirt. I've literally washed it. Oh yeah, please in the comments if you have any suggestions. I've literally washed it 5 times. Like I just put it in with every load that I was washing from the trip, and I put stain stick on it, and we had the stain bar. I put the stain bar on it. Not one stain, and they're lighter. But like even mustard, I feel like I've gotten mustard on a shirt before, and it came right out.
Mm-hmm.
Even the
Mm-hmm.
mustard doesn't come out.
Hmm.
So it's light, but it's not. So I told him worst comes to worst, we'll just get him another shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But um, are we going to save this shirt? Okay. In the name of the shirt. Will the shirt be saved? The suspense. Okay.
Oh.
It's coming in. Oh my gosh.
Oh, good news,
Oh my
Quinn.
gosh. OMG. I think it's because of the listeners. The listeners. I
Yep,
think you guys are going to give me tips to save the shirt.
yep.
Yay!
Yay! The shirt is saved.
It's true to say.
That's so funny. Aw.
Okay. Well, thank you
Well,
so much. That was
well,
really fun. Yeah,
thank you. That was
you
fun.
guys want to find me today, I'll just be in my office,
Yep, yep.
doing the
Playing
dowsing
with the
rods.
rods. Yeah,
With the
I'm gonna get some nice little rocks together and make myself a new little bag of casting stones, and we'll do that
Mhm.
the next time we do it. Oh,
Oh,
Luke, you love your mommy. You
he
love
just
your
is
mommy the
sleeping.
most.
That's all he does when he's in here with me is sleep. He's like, "You're waking me up from my nap."
He loves all that angelic energy. He's an angel. Look at him. He is an angel.
He is.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the softest, cuddliest little
I know.
little
Mm,
love mush ever.
oh, good.
You know,
Yeah.
we love you, Lou. He's
Yes, we
our
love you, Luke.
mascot for our show
Hmm.
because he's
That's
always
right.
here.
That's
Yeah.
right. I don't know
Well,
where
thank you
mine is.
so much,
She's off
Michelle.
somewhere.
This was so fun. Listeners, I hope we
This
didn't bore
was
you.
fun.
Hope it was
Oh,
fun.
that was fun. That was
Lots
fun.
of
Well,
silence for sure.
yeah,
The
but we need to have some of these times to play around in. Like, like you were saying, there's a lot of, a lot of heavy energy and intense
yeah.
energy. And so it's fun to do these things and break it up.
Yeah. And I think because this energy is so intense, it's gotta help, right? It's gotta help activate the rods. And
Raise the
it's interesting
vibration.
how they went faster towards the end. They really did start
Yeah.
working with me.
Yes.
So
Oh,
that's really cool.
can you share, you said something off air to me in the beginning about popcorn. Can you
Oh, yeah.
share that with everybody? I think
Yes.
this is such a great analogy.
Yes. This energy is so intense. And so you need to, my higher self said this, that you need to go within. Then when you go within, you're like a kernel of corn that pops from its seed. And the seed raises its energy and vibration. Raising the energy of vibration, it allows the seed to pop. And the same is with the outer world.
Hmm.
So as you do things to raise your vibration, and you will surely pop. So
Yeah.
I just love that because that is so true. Like I can just see that seed,
Yeah.
just
This.
shaking, and then it just pops, from the
Hmm.
energy. So
Hmm.
with this intense energy, just remember
Ooh,
to
the
go.
shaking with the rods. Like the shaking of the
Yes,
rods.
it's
Yeah.
just like that, isn't it?
Hmm. Hmm.
Gosh, that is
Yeah.
so interesting how energy works.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes. So go within, raise your vibration, and then you will pop and bloom and, you know,
Yeah.
get through. Oh, there was a little orb too.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
so cool.
perfect.
All right. Well, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for having some fun with us. And Maren, you're hilarious. I love every moment with you. It's so fun.
It is really fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
All right.
Is Michelle my best friend? Yes. Oh my gosh. Do we have a hand signal now?
Oh my God. Maren. Okay, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Next week.
Yes. I love it. I love it. Bye, everybody. Have an awesome
Okay.
week.
Bye everyone. Thanks for sticking around. Sticking
Bye.
around. All right.
Ba-dum-bum.
All right. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.